All right, today's video is all about the knees. We want to work on some range of motion, some stretching, some strengthening for the knees. I want you to keep in mind if you're having some severe knee pain, you want to make sure that you have rested it, you've iced, you've done compression, you've done some elevation, you've got some anti-inflammatories going on so you can control the inflammation, control the acute pain before you start working it out. All right, so if you're past that and you are ready to work out, we're going to do step one is going to be making sure you got a complete range of motion in the knees. That means you can completely straighten it and can completely bend it. But our very first thing is range of motion. So I need you to have a step stool or some kind of elevation. It could be a step in your house. It can be a box. I don't know, just something that's a little higher off the ground, not quite as high as a chair, something in between. And you need some kind of like a yoga band or a belt. All right, that's what we're going to use first. So I've got my step stool here. Our very first exercise is to completely straighten the leg. So we're going to take the leg here, completely straight. I want you to bring the toes up. You're doing this with me, by the way. Toes are up here toward the shins of the knee. Roll the shoulders back. I want that chest out. Your core's in straight. You're going to hinge from the hips. So you're getting around the back. Hinge from the hips so that the rear end is going to the back, and you feel a good stretch in the back of that knee. And I want you to try to get it as straight as possible. We're going to hold. Keeping it straight, and it's totally fine if you need to hold on to a chair or anything right here. Don't hold your breath. You can even go just a little lower. 3, 2, 1. Come out of that stretch. We're just going to stand for a minute. Release the stretch, maybe bend the knee. And then we're going to do it again. Straighten. Toes forward. Hinge with that chest out, so your chest is going toward those toes as the toes are coming toward the chest. Get a deep stretch of the hamstrings, which connect to the knee. So we're working on stretching and strengthening all the muscles that surround the knee. That's your hamstrings, your quads, your gastrocnemius, which is part of your calf. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come out of that stretch. Maybe bring it down, kind of shake it off a little bit. And then one more time. Chest back, shoulders out. Chest back, shoulders back, chest out. You knew what I meant, right? Hold, go a little lower. This is the third time. This is our third and last set on this leg. And we will do the other leg. I know only one knee is probably bothering you, but we want to keep that other leg in good shape. 3, 2, 1. Now we're switching. This one's going to the floor. Other heel's coming up. Sink in, toes up. What's good for one leg is good for the other leg, even if it's not hurting. We want to keep this knee healthy. We want to keep that range of motion going, regardless of which knee that may be giving you pain. There's a good shot that whatever's causing pain, the other one may end up causing you pain in this one if you don't take care of it. And bring it up. And take it down, shake it off a few seconds. And then we're bringing it back up. Just the heel. Those toes are forward. Knee is completely straight. Hinge forward. Don't round the back. Chest is out. And you can feel a deeper stretch if you really stretch that chest toward the toe and bring the toe up toward the stretch. It adds a little calf stretch in there, which also connects to the knee. Try to get it as flat, as straight as possible. Now, if it's painful, there'll be a little bend here, okay? Your ultimate goal is to get it as straight as possible over time. It may not, if you've got an injury going on, it may not be straight today, and that's okay. And come out of the stretch. We've got one more stretch just like that on this side. And bring it down. Toe up, chest out, core in tight, rear end to the back. And bring it up. That's perfect. We're through with this little step. I'm going to get it out of the way. I'm heading to the floor. These next exercises could also be done on a bed or a couch. If you don't want to have to get up out of the floor, you're going to head onto your bed. And we're going to need a belt or a strap. Now, I'm going to use a belt today just to show you how that's done. I actually prefer this strap because it's longer and it has the loops on it. that you can grab a hold of and hook around things. With the belt, you just have one loop. So this would be my preferred. If you happen to have one, you can hit me up. I'll tell you where to get one. Well, Amazon does have them, but I do have a preferred one. All right. So we are laying down. We're going to keep this handy. We're not using it yet. We're laying down, and I want you to take knee toward the chest, and hands either wrap on this side of the knee or right here underneath on the thigh. And I want you to just cram this knee as close to the shoulder as you can without raising the shoulder. Shoulder stays on the ground, kind of at an angle, so you can see better. Now I want you to press this knee, back of the knee into the floor. That means you have to flex that foot, toes up, push it toward the floor, this knee toward the chest. This is also a good hip opener stretch. And here's the thing, your pain may be manifesting itself in the knee, but it could also be caused by some type of hip or ankle dysfunction that you've got going on, and you're compensating your movements, and it might be hurting the knee. So we want to work the whole lower body. And release that stretch. We're going to go ahead and do the other leg. We're going to go back and forth between the two. Take that one down, flex the foot, push that knee into the floor, pull this knee into the chest and hold. Make sure through any stretches or work that you're never holding your breath. You're always breathing. And pull. And we're going back to the other side. I like to put both feet on the floor, stretch one out at a time. That protects the lower back. Pull this one in. Don't forget to flex that foot. Push this knee into the floor and pull. And I'm going to move my hand a little lower on my leg because I can reach it. If you can't reach it, that's okay. You put it on my knee because I want this knee as completely bent as possible. Now, if you find pain here, obviously, you're going to hold here and not bend it this far. Our goal is to be able to completely bend it without any pain. But, you know, if you've got an injury, that may not happen right now. And relax that one down. Bring the other one up. Stretch that leg out. Flex the toe. Put the knee in the floor. Pull this one. Bring it down a little bit. Try to get a little closer. Nice deep breath. And release it. We got one more time each side. Bring this in. Flatten that one out. Flex the toes. Flex the foot. Knee into the floor. Knee into the chest. And I'm going to try coming just a little bit lower on that leg to bend the knee just a little bit more. Nice deep breath. And we're switching one last time. Straighten this out, flex the foot, knee toward the floor, knee toward the chest. Actually, I'm kind of cramming it into the shoulder over here. And relax. All right, so I'm grabbing my belt that I already have looped. I've got it put through the loop. And I want to put this loop right there on the arch of my foot and tighten it. So I've just got my belt here or my strap. And I'm going to use this to straighten my leg. I'm going to put one hand on my knee and I'm going to get it as straight as possible. If there's pain there, leave a little bend in it, as straight as possible. And I'm just pulling on the strap to pull it closer to my face. But I'm keeping it straight as possible. I don't want to bend the knee to get it closer. I want it as straight as possible, however low you have to keep it. So if you can get it straight here with no pain, you'll stay there and still pull. But the further up you can get it, as long as it's straight, is where you want it. We're just going to hold for a few seconds. And now we're going to release, and because I don't want to have to move the strap from foot to foot, in between our stretches, we're going to use this strap strap to help us bend the knee. So I'm going to roll over to my side, and I'm going to bend the knee behind me and use this belt or this strap to pull and get the heel as close to my rear end as I can without any pain in the knee, obviously. You're going to feel that stretch to the front of the leg, that quad. And hold. And now we're going to release, and we're going back over, lining everything up. So I want you to pick the bottom up, make sure the spine is in line, one vertebrae stacked on top of the other, straighten the knee, and pull. So hips and shoulders are lined up. We're not sitting, we're not laying crooked. Nice deep breath. And release, we can bend that knee, roll to the side, and use that belt to pull. Try to get that heel as close to the root as possible. My knees are kind of close together here. And release. We have one more set. I know. It's like, can we hurry this up? No, we can't. We cannot. Now, if you've advanced up and you've got going through these range of motions without a lot of pain, it's okay to maybe do 2 sets instead of 3, or even 1 set before you do your strength work and come back and do another set after. But stretching is so very important. I know it gets a little boring, but it is so good for the health of the knee. All right, roll back to your side. This is our last time on this leg. And it's okay to have a pillow. I don't have a pillow to lay my head on. I'm just having to hold it up. All right, so guess what? We have to do that other leg. So we're moving our strap to the other side. I'm going to kind of just swing around so I'll still be facing you when I roll to the side. You can stay where you are. You don't have to face me. All right, straight leg up. And I'm just keeping this leg bent because it's a little more comfortable. If you want to straighten it out, it does add a little deeper to the stretch, especially if you flex that foot and you can push that knee into the ground. So you can definitely do that if you want. It's optional. I'm trying to keep that knee straight. It's wanting to bend on me. And release. We're going to roll to the side and bend and pull. And release. Bring it back here. My belt kind of twisted on me. Hold it straight and pull. We have a tendency to go fast in the stretches, and we don't need to. We need to hold them. That's why I'm doing it with you. So if I just showed you the exercises, I'd be afraid you'd just hold them 3 seconds and then be done. But we got to hold them long enough for it to really do some work here and to do what we want it to do. And release and roll to the side and pull. So here's where my belt's a little short. I prefer to hold it maybe here so my band is a little longer. And release. We've got one more set and then we will be done. Straighten. I'm gonna go ahead and flex that bottom leg and get a little on this one too. Now, even just stretching can cause a little soreness tomorrow, even if this is all that you're doing today. It's just a stretching portion portion with me. If it's not used to stretching, it could be a little sore, so just keep that in mind. It's okay, it's normal. And stretch it some more. It'll get used to it. And then we're going to bend, and we're going to come here and pull, bringing that foot as close to the rear end as you can. And release. We are done with the strap. We can take it off. And we are also done with the range of motion section of what we were doing today. So this might be where you sign off.